Very good morning, children. Today we'll discuss new topic of chapter number 6, that is work, energy and power, and the topic is conservative force. So, there are two types of force that we have to discuss here. One is conservative force and another one is non-conservative force. So, dear students, conservative force are such a force when the work done by a force is independent of the path followed, then that kind of force is said to be conservative force. Means when work done by a force is only depends upon the initial and final position of the body, it does not depend upon the path followed by the body, then such type of force is said to be conservative force. Let us see the definition of conservative force, that is when work done by a force is independent of path. It only depends on initial and final position, then such type of force, is called conservative force. The very famous example of conservative force, dear children, is gravitational force. So, example of conservative force is gravitational force. Gravitational force is the example of conservative force. It does not depend upon the path. It only depends upon the initial as well as final position of the body. Let us see there is a body of mass m. When we bring this body, when we lift this body having mass m up to this level, and this is at height h, this level is at height h from the surface of the earth, then how much work we have to done. So in first case, suppose this is case number 1 and here the case number 2. So see, in first case, here in first case, work done, that is W is equals to F dot S. So here W will be is equals to force. How much force we have to exert on this body? That is mg. So mg, how much is the displacement? This is the initial position and this one is the final position, and so this will be the displacement, and this is how much? H. So the work done on this body, when this body is followed this path, is mgh. This is the work done. This is the work done by gravitational force, you may write gravitational force. Let us see case number 2. See in case number 2, and this is, you may write here in case number 1, that is case first. Let us see in case number 2, when we lift this object which is having mass m from initial position, this point A, to point C along this path. Instead of this vertical path, let us follow this path. This is this path is inclined at an angle theta. So let us see how much force is acting on this body. See, when we lift this earlier, the body was here, and when we lift this body along this path, and after some time definitely it will reach here at this point. So at this point, what is the number of force acting on this body? See, first one is weight of the body which is acting perpendicular downward, that is mg. And see, where is the normal reaction? Normal reaction is always perpendicular, as you all know that normal reaction is always perpendicular to the plane. So this is the normal reaction, and this normal reaction is balanced by which component of weight? That is yes, here this will be the horizontal component. Why? Because as we all know that the component which is along with theta, this is theta. If this is theta, this will, by geometry you can prove that if this is theta, this will also be theta. So this component of mg will be mg cos theta. You can use by the concept of parallelogram law of vector. So this will be a parallelogram, you may assume. This is the resultant is mg. Here mg is resolved into its two component. One is mg cos theta, that is horizontal component, and another one is mg sin theta. So how much force you have to work on this force, that is mg sin theta. So let us write down further. So work done, see in case number 2, when we have changed the path. Earlier the path is vertically like this, vertical line, and when the path is changed, instead of vertical path, here we have taken inclined plane path. So the work done will again force into displacement, that is Fs, and here how much is the magnitude of force? Instead of mg we have resolved into its two components. So this component, that is vertical component, will be the force, that is mg sin theta. And how much is the displacement here? Displacement, that is S, is how much? This is the initial position, this one is the final position. This body had to reach up to point C. So what is the displacement? Displacement is AC, that is A into C. Now see AC from this right triangle ABC. AC can be, by using a trigonometric ratio, AC can be written as BC sin theta. Let us see here, sin theta is equals to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is BC, that is BC upon hypotenuse is AC. So at at this place, at sin theta, at the place of sin theta, we can write BC upon AC. Very good. So let us write down mg, instead of sin theta write down BC upon AC, and further write down AC. So this AC cancel with this. Finally we will get mg into BC, and BC is how much? It is just H. Here it is H. So this is write down H. So finally again we'll get mgh. This is also, see, this work done when the path is changed, again the work done is same as in earlier case, that is case number 1. See, in this case work done by the gravitational force is mgh. Here when the path has changed, again the work done will be mgh. So this proves that conservative force, in case of conservative force, the work done by the force does not depends upon the path. It is independent of the path. So I hope you all have got all the points. Thank you very much and God bless you.